The world you see is a facade, a thin veil over a primal social jungle where every man is either a hunter or the hunted, though most are too distracted to notice. Beneath the noise of modern life, an invisible hierarchy dictates the flow of respect, influence, and authority among men, operating on a frequency few can hear. Most are unaware that their position in this hierarchy is tied directly to their vital essence, a power they unknowingly leak every day through trivial pursuits. This is the prey mindset, a state of chronic depletion, anxiety, and a constant, desperate hunger for cheap, instant validation to fill the void within. You chase the dopamine ghost, trading your long-term potential for seconds of relief, while your internal fire slowly turns to cold, gray ash. But there is a path back to the top of the food chain, a primal reclamation of energy known to the masters of old as SemenRetention. 2,000 years ago, Taoist masters practiced sexual kung fu, treating seminal fluid not as waste, but as the concentrated essence of a man's life. They believed that to ejaculate was to leak your jing, the vital force that fuels your intellect, your health, and the very length of your life on this earth. Instead of depletion, they chose circulation, moving that raw creative power into the brain and vital organs to achieve a divine luster that others could see. In ancient India, the brahmacharyas cultivated ojas, the refined energy of the spirit, attaining a presence that demanded silence and respect from all who entered it. They knew that a man who could master his biological urges was a man who could master the world, for the sacred fire burns brightest in the disciplined heart. The Spartans, too, understood the weight of restraint, husbanding their aggression and vitality for the singular, lethal focus of the battlefield. Today, that ancient wisdom has been buried under a mountain of digital noise and the relentless marketing of instant, hollow gratification. The shift from prey to predator is not mystical. It is grounded in the hard biology of your nervous system and your androgen receptors. By retaining your essence, you begin to upregulate your receptors, making your body more sensitive to the very testosterone you already possess. Science has observed the 7-day spike, where testosterone surges to nearly 150% of its baseline during periods of abstinence. But the real power isn't in the temporary surge. It's in the long-term stabilization of your energy and the unshakable mental clarity that follows. You are resetting your dopamine pathways, cleaning the lens through which you see the world, allowing you to find joy in the hunt again. The predator mindset is defined by tunnel vision, a ruthless focus on your objectives that ignores the trivial distractions of the prey. While the prey is reactive, constantly scanning for danger and social approval, the predator is active, moving with a singular, quiet purpose. This retention builds an internal heat, a presence that others can sense before you even speak a single word in a crowded room. In any social circle, the man who needs the least has the most power. By mastering your urges, you naturally rise in rank above the rest. This independence creates a powerful magnetism, an aura of self-sovereignty that makes the world wonder what you know that they don't. The retainer doesn't seek validation. He is his own anchor, grounded in a reality that doesn't shift with the fickle opinions of the crowd. Look into the eyes of a man on a long streak. You will see a depth and a focus that is missing from the hollowed-out faces of the masses. But the path is not a constant climb. You will face the flat line, a period where the energy seems to vanish and the world turns gray. This is the true test of the predator. It is the period where your brain rewires itself, demanding you return to the easy escape of the past. Most men fail here, returning to the prey mindset, but the one who pushes through finds a version of himself he never knew existed. Understand the difference. No FAP is about avoiding a vice, but semen retention is about accumulating a virtue, the ultimate act of rebellion. It is the proactive choice to bank your creative energy, using it to build a legacy rather than scattering it to the winds of fleeting impulse. The world begins to react to you differently. You will notice the eye contact from strangers, the subtle shifts in how men defer to your presence. This isn't magic. It's the result of your improved body language, your deeper voice, and the quiet confidence of a man who owns himself. In negotiations and high-stakes social interactions, the retainer holds the frame, forcing the environment to adapt to his immovable presence. You become heavy in the social sense. Your words carry more weight, your silence is more profound, and your presence is impossible to ignore. The cost of following the crowd and leaking your essence is a life of compliance, a role as a supporting character in someone else's story. Retention gives you the ink to write your own story, the energy to take center stage, and the discipline to stay there regardless of the cost. Every day is a choice between the temporary relief of the prey and the enduring power of the predator. Choose wisely for your future. That fire within is the only thing that can guide you through the darkness of the modern world. Don't let the noise put it out. Build a fortress around your energy. Protect it from the vampires of the digital age who want to drain you for a click or a single cent. There is a profound strength in the silence of a man who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone, for he knows what he carries within his soul. The predator's journey is a long one, a marathon of self-mastery that never truly ends. For the hunt is for the best version of yourself. Time is the one resource you cannot reclaim. Stop wasting it on temporary fixes and start investing it in your eternal power today. The rank is yours to claim, but only if you have the stomach for the discipline required. The choice starts now with your next decision. Think of Nikola Tesla, who remained celibate to fuel his inventions, believing that sex would drain the passion required for his genius. Think of Muhammad Ali, who abstained for weeks before a fight to build up what he called nuclear power in the ring. Think of Steve Jobs, who viewed his sexual vitality as a finite resource to be channeled entirely into his work and his vision. Isaac Newton, one of the greatest minds in history, remained largely celibate, channeling his life force into the laws that govern our world. Michelangelo dedicated his entire essence to his art, believing that his creative fire was directly linked to his personal restraint. In a world that wants you weak, choosing to retain is the most radical act of self-sovereignty a man can perform. The digital age is designed to drain you, to keep you in a state of perpetual prey-like reactivity for the sake of profit. Break the chains of your own biological impulses. Reclaim the energy that belongs to you and use it to build your empire. When you look in the mirror, do you see a man who is in control, or a man who is a slave to his own fleeting desires? The transformation from prey to predator is not an event. It is a continuous process of refinement and discipline. At the peak of your rank, you don't look down on others. You simply lead by example, a beacon of what is possible through mastery. Your presence becomes an anchor for those around you, a stabilizing force in a world of chaos and uncertainty. In the workplace, your colleagues will sense your focus, and your superiors will sense your authority. You become indispensable. In your personal life, you will notice a shift in how others perceive your value. You are no longer chasing, you are attracting. Your energy is your most valuable currency. Stop spending it on things that leave you bankrupt of spirit and hollow of soul. The warrior's path is one of constant vigilance. Every thought, every action must be aligned with your higher purpose. The social rank you occupy is a direct reflection of the internal rank you have established within yourself. Master the internal first. Join the ranks of those who have chosen the difficult path. Subscribe and join the community of men who are reclaiming their power. If this content has added value to your journey, consider using the thanks button to support the mission of this channel. Like this video to spread the message and share it with someone who needs to hear the truth about their own potential. The journey is long, but the reward is your own life, lived as a master, not as a slave. The choice is yours. Choose the predator. After the flat line comes the second wind, a surge of energy so profound it feels as though you have been reborn in the heart of the storm. Master your energy, command your world, rise. You begin to feel like a ghost in the machine, a consciousness that operates independently of the biological static that once controlled you. Your nights change. Dreams become vivid, intense, and filled with the symbolism of a mind that is finally clearing its own wreckage. This is the Tejas, the shining presence. It is the visible result of your internal discipline, a glow that the world cannot help but notice. You are building an internal empire, a kingdom of self-sovereignty where you are the sole architect and the absolute ruler. The choice to retain is the choice to reclaim your destiny. It is the final declaration of independence from the masses. Ascend the hierarchy. Master your fire. The world is waiting for the predator to arrive. Rise. The silence ends. The roar of the predator begins as your internal energy overflows into your external world. When you enter a room, you don't need to speak. Your presence does the heavy lifting, commanding respect from the first step. You are the master of your own chemistry. No longer a slave to the dopamine loops, you are a sovereign of your own soul. Every drop of essence you bank is a brick in the foundation of your legacy. Build something that will outlast your biological form. Do not let complacency be your downfall. The hunt for self-mastery is a lifelong pursuit. Stay vigilant, Stay sharp. Make the vow to yourself today. No more leaks, no more weakness, only the path of the predator, forever. Rise above the masses. Rise into your power. Rise into the predator you were born to be. Rise.